We're rocking and rolling and doing the thing.
We're doing the thing.
We're doing the thing. Hey girl, hey. Welcome to the Endless Joy podcast, where faith meets freedom and authenticity. I'm Taisha Beasley. Let's get ready to grow and be challenged and step into a life of endless joy. So you're like my first official guest. Are you excited?
I am. I'm honored, actually.
On Endless Joy.
I'm honored.
Welcome to another episode of Endless Joy. Today I have my amazing sister Jill.
Hello.
And we're going to do something super fun because, you know, I'm all about joy in this season of my life.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Okay. And
Thanks.
all about joy as I play with
cutting people off.
and cutting people off.
No. We're giving grace. Definitely.
We're gonna have some fun. So I saw this super cute flower arrangement done. So we're gonna try to recreate it.
Okay.
But we're gonna do our best.
I'm probably I'll spin on it.
Right. So let me get the tape. But what we're gonna do basically is like make a grid in this flower pot thingy and do our own little flower arrangement. Okay.
Sweet.
So let me get the tape. So today your birthday's coming up.
It is. I know. I'm so excited. I love birthdays.
You
I
love
love my birthday. I love everybody's birthday. I'm like a birthday person. Clearly. I do. I'm a birthday person.
I'm a birthday person. I enjoy birthdays. Okay.
Yeah. It's like my new year.
Really?
I feel like, yeah.
It's like a new start for your year.
Yeah. Honestly, it feels like more of a new start than New Year's Eve to me.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe because on New Year's Eve, it's like, it's just more the same as January 1st. Just like a new start, a new set of a year. I try to journal every birthday.
Nice.
Yes, on my birthday. And just kind of like where I'm at, what I'm feeling.
Okay.
What happened, what didn't happen.
What didn't happen? Okay, what's one thing that you are like, man, this would have been sweet to happen, but I am just waiting on it to happen. Waiting on God patiently.
Probably a couple things. One, I definitely want to like get out of debt. I want to be like debt free. I like envy people who can say that. Like, I know we always have something, but yeah, I think like it's, just be more financially responsible. Like, I'm definitely a spender.
I feel like you're not though.
Really?
I feel like you're good.
I think I'm like conscious. I'm not like crazy. I am like pretty responsible, but I be spending a lot.
What's the one thing you be spending money on?
Clothes.
Okay.
I
feel that.
Shoes. Gym shoes.
You are like a sneaker girl.
Definitely. I'm a
that.
sneakerhead through. Actually, I don't want to call myself that because people like hold you a high standard when you say you're a sneakerhead.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just this game.
Yes. They're like, well, you ain't got these. Like, I don't, but I have these. Yeah. I just enjoy gym shoes.
I know for you.
And probably like entertainment, but I can justify that a lot.
Okay.
Because it's like, I feel like you need balance in your life. Like, you need to do fun things. Like, fun things cost money, but
they do.
Still,
lots of
so
money.
But I think I'm okay.
I know. I like how people say like money don't make you happy or don't buy you happiness. Well, baby, it buy you something.
Right. I don't think it buys you happiness, but money's a resource.
It is.
And I don't know if it buys you happiness, but not having it can definitely stress you out. So
I can see that. That's a whole thing, a whole sermon,
yes.
a whole message.
So what's the trade-off here?
Oh my gosh. You know what is something I've been thinking about lately, just in regards to like you were talking about reflecting and life. I ran into a situation recently where it like hit me out of nowhere. Of course, being 40, I've been doing a lot of reflecting, right? Mm-hmm. These are so pretty.
Oh, I like when they're like still budding.
So cute.
And I think it's just so symbolic.
Yeah.
So
blooming.
Okay. We're all blooming.
Well, I do. I'm like a co-host to a podcast we have at our church. We get a lot of good feedback on like the filming and the shows and things of that nature. But there was one comment that came in that was like, oh, I think that your co-host, me, she smiles and laughs too much. For real. This is a real.
Too much. They would hate to see me coming. Because I'm a joke.
Hate to see you coming.
They would. Okay,
but I think, I don't think it was said out of like just trying to be mean or anything like that. But I think I got offended because there's a lot of stereotypes, surrounding like Black women.
Yeah.
But I think when you think about a Black woman, sometimes you think she's a boss.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she's supposed to be like well-spoken, sit with poise. And I think I have all of those attributes, but I also have joy.
Right.
Like, what you think about those stereotypes? I don't know. Should I not have been tripping, or like it rubbed me the wrong way?
I mean, I feel like you are entitled to feel however you feel.
Okay.
First and foremost.
So pretty.
And gross.
It's like orange red. Okay.
But I do think that we as women, especially Black women, have that stereotype, and I think that it's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But I think it goes both ways, because I think when we are serious sometimes, then it's like, oh, she's really serious, or she's upset, or she's mad. And then when you're very, jovial, then she's too happy. So I think it's, never a happy medium for anybody. Mm. But I think joy is contagious. And so it's important for us to be able to spread that. Mm-hmm. And usually people who are offended by that usually are probably in darker seasons. Mm-hmm. And so it's a little intimidating or envious of people who just have that. Yeah. But I think it's sad. And it's definitely been a stereotype, I feel like, that's been for a long time.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't think that this person meant to, like, harm me with the comment. I think it was just because I come from a space, I owned a business for 7 years, and I always felt like in order to be taken serious just as a businesswoman or mm-hmm. a professional, like even when I came out of college, I thought you had to look a certain way, like just be super fancy. And that's actually when I learned how to wear makeup. When I went into corporate America.
Okay, you're like, I gotta come correct.
I gotta come correct because these girls, they're walking around downtown and they're not playing.
Right.
But I put a lot of the damage I experienced in life came from that season of just like trying to put on this persona, like I have it all together. Mm-hmm. And like, when I walk into the room, I demand attention.
Yeah, like she's not playing around.
She's not playing games. Yeah. She's not here to play. Which we still stand on business.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We still stand on business. But I feel like when God set me free from that, joy was one of the things He restored.
Got it.
Now, okay, so what does this season of joy look like in your life?
I think this season of joy, and to be honest with you, I feel like it had to be intentional, because I think it's easy to focus on like what's going wrong or like what we're aspiring for. Like you said, like what's something you wish happened this year, right? And so I think for me, joy is just trying to be like content with what God has already blessed me with.
No, you were saying some really good stuff, but I interrupted you with bars. Okay.
But no, like I really been trying to be very intentional, like about the little things, like as even like from like when it's a nice day outside, like God, like it's great. Let me take advantage of this. It's supposed to be 70 degrees outside. Like I love warm weather. Let me just,
Me too. Me too.
I know I'm an outside girl, not that type of outside.
Let it be known. I'm just playing. I don't be in the streets.
Physically outside.
She's for the streets. No, I'm just playing. She's not for this. You're not for the streets. She's not for the streets.
Not from the. I'm not for or from. Okay. But yes, or like things that like, okay, I have a great condo, like enjoying that. Like I have, beautiful things already. And I was just always think that if I'm not grateful or appreciative of what I already have, like why is God going to bless me with more?
That's good.
If I can't even appreciate the little things. And there's always going to be problems.
Yeah.
In this world. So try not to focus on what I don't have and what I do. I'm blessed in many ways.
I really feel like you're killing the game with
what
these
you
flowers.
think so?
Like mine are just not operating.
Cut this one a little bit.
Okay.
Or Yeah, just a little bit.
I
Like,
just feel like if I cut it.
oh,
it's
that
gonna
one's, no, yeah. Maybe that one in the middle. There you go.
Okay, so cut this one down, maybe?
Yeah, it's like the ones that are longer probably go in the middle so they can have more support. And then the shorter ones, I was a florist back in the day.
Really?
No. No. I just like living things.
Okay.
But what about you? What's joy looking like?
What brings me joy is spending time with the people that I love. And also, one reason I really feel passionate about Endless Joy is because I think that it's time for us as women to embrace the freedom we have in Christ. He set us free from some pretty ratchet things. I don't know about you. But,
no, same. Same.
And I remember at the top of the year praying, because I like to do like reflection at the top of the year too. And I remember praying and just saying like, man, God, there's so much joy in your salvation, like being a believer. Like you chose me, you redeemed me.
Yeah.
Like you could have like just let me fall into the ratchet way of my choosing. But you didn't. You snatched me up, you redeemed my story. And I need to have joy and not necessarily hang on to the shame of like my testimony.
Keep going.
Maddie James. Maddie, honey, we are disappointing you.
No, you're doing great. Sometimes you can't see the full picture until it's done.
That's so cute.
That's a bar.
That's a bar. What have you ever been told by a guy like in the dating world, like, girl, you need to smile more or something like that?
I feel like that's like a modern day pickup line.
What?
Like when they don't have anything else to say, they're like, why don't you smile? And I'm like,
I am smiling.
I'm pumping my gas. Like, are you gonna come help me? I'll probably smile if you pay for it and pump this. No, I'm just joking. But
No, that's a real
yes,
thing.
I do think not often though. I feel like I am pretty approachable, but yes, definitely. I think it comes from mostly men than women though. Now women might think it, but I think men are more vocal about it.
Do you think you're approachable when it comes to friendships?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say yes, more so now. I think that like I speak for sure. Like I'm not the type of person like she came in here and didn't say anything. I think just like shout out to my mom. She's a great lady.
Okay. She is beautiful.
She's great.
Beautiful. Saint. Inside and out.
But no, for real, like she definitely, you know, was honest a lot. Like, you know, make sure when you go in there, like you speak and, you know, shake their hand and, you know, all that stuff. Say good morning and say it loud enough so they can hear you, you know?
Good.
So I am very grateful that, you know, that home training, or we're going to call it, has helped because I feel like it's kind of rude to just like walk into the room and not say anything or anything like that. I feel like I'm blessed. I have a lot of friends from childhood and high school and college where I do think for a moment I was like on that like no new friends kick.
Really?
It was overwhelming. But I had to realize that like every friend doesn't have to be your best friend or like, you know, you have to tell every single thing. Like there's some friends that you just kind of, you know, see here and there. But I think I've been opening up. And I kind of saw this quote one time. It was like, you haven't met everyone yet that God has that's going to love you.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just like, that opened my eyes so much where it's like, you, there's so many more people that God can bring in your life. Like it doesn't have to be just who you went to school with.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know? And also I had to realize that everybody's not going to be your friend forever.
That's true.
And that's okay too.
How do you decipher that, man?
That's a tough one. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast.
But I try to be. Like, I think as I've gotten older and like more confident and mature in myself, I think like when it comes to other like people and women, like I feel like I'm pretty approachable. I don't know. Am I? Am I even approachable? No.
No, that's fine.
That's it out. So I don't really think like socially. I think at work more. I have to just like leading people or like especially having like difficult conversations. Yeah. I think that it doesn't necessarily come naturally where I have to almost like rehearse or just
Really?
like, okay, how do I want to say it? Like, which I think is good, like with growth, like to be tactful.
Yes.
But definitely,
I can
because
see that.
I don't want to come off as, you know, a certain way. I want to be direct, but not, you know, mean or understanding. It's just, I think, especially like for women, we have to think it through how we come across.
Oh my goodness.
And I feel like men just straight shooters.
Yes.
And it's accepted. But us, we're like, oh, she must be having a bad day.
Yes.
Or she must be whatever.
Yeah,
and so
emotional.
yes, exactly. And honestly, men can be emotional. They can be mad or angry or upset. Like those are all emotions too, but
it's perceived differently. Because I think by default, we are supposed to be like loving and like soft-spoken.
and like nurturing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So I do feel like you should be those things, but I feel like over time, because of the different stereotypes, or honestly, you know, let's just keep it real. Sometimes as Black women, we do find ourselves in spaces where we have to protect ourselves.
True.
And so I think finding a balance between like, how do I show up versus like what people are perceiving of me, I guess that can be difficult to maneuver, because it's like, I want to be a boss. I want to be taken seriously. I know how to do my job well.
Yeah. And have a voice.
Right. But I also want to have joy and laugh. And
I can laugh too.
I can laugh too. Like,
right,
so
but I'm
like,
for real though. I still need to get paid.
Right. Run me my ducats.
Please.
The ducats, or
Who says ducats?
I don't know. Just fake like I didn't say that. Fake like I didn't say that. But I just
No, but I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like it's interesting sometimes.
When you are nicer, especially women, they tend to like, you know, walk all over you sometimes, and it's just unfortunate for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of unfair.
It is. There's a lot of double standards.
It is.
And I think unfortunately women take like the brunt of a lot of double standards.
Yeah.
But I think it only has to start with like, you know, one person. Maybe if you see like people see you who are successful and an entrepreneur and a creative and can still have joy, but still
stand on business,
be responsible, you know,
right.
Speak well. Like, you know, I think sometimes we just need more people in this world to show us that like you can be multifaceted.
I love that. Like there's a lot of dimensions to me.
Definitely.
Don't put me in a box.
Don't put me in a box. Please.
Take us out of the box.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. When do you feel like you started to embrace joy?
Good question. To be honest, I feel that I was kind of forced into it, but that's how God works, right?
Yeah.
He makes us do things that we're not comfortable with. But it was really after I went through a breakup from a long-term relationship that I had to really sit with myself to see, like, how does Jill move by myself?
Good.
Like, without considering someone else or, you know, moving a certain way. I mean, it's good to be considerate, but, you know, when you're in a relationship, you know, everything's together. And you're like, what are we doing this weekend? What are we doing, you know, this summer? And then I just like, what do I like to do by myself and truly enjoy my own company?
Yeah.
And I think that helped me tremendously, because I feel like now that I have like established my new kind of way of life, that I can, when I do come into my new relationship, speaking to existence, when it happens, I do.
Did you say speaking into existence?
Yeah. You have to. You have to say when, not if.
No, when is going to happen? So we're standing on faith.
There you go. Thank you. I promise. I did. Like,
shoot, I know you did. I'm just saying. I'm
right.
messing with you, because then we're going to have the girlies out there like, oh, I can
look at her manifesting
her life.
She got rocks at home.
But no, I totally get what you're saying.
You know, I think that when it happens, it's like I am comfortable of just being alone. And so now it's more of an additive and not like a dependency.
That's good.
And I think that we have to, like, and I think that helped me balance. Like, also, like, not always needing someone else. And not just a man, even like friends. Like, you know, it's okay for me to just enjoy my own company.
Yeah, solo date. That's
I never used to do things alone.
Okay.
Like, I come from a big family. You know, I have a lot of friends, so I was always like, hey girl, let's do
What
this.
we doing?
And I realized like you could just go dolo and have a great time.
That's a real thing.
And I was nervous about that. And
Really?
yes, for sure.
What's the most recent thing you've done dolo?
I went to a Bulls game by myself.
Ooh, that's big girl dolo.
I was cute. It was great. I mean, I'm always cute. I was joking. But no, one of my friends had a ticket, like she was like a season ticket holder and had like an individual ticket. She couldn't go, and she's like, "You can go to the game. I don't live far." And I was like, contemplating, like, should I go? And I'm like, go,
girl,
just go.
Oh my
it was a great time. I mean, and it's
this
like,
is why she's so dope.
I was proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Because like 2 years ago, absolutely not. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is super dope. I love how you're owning this new space. And primarily because you know who you used to be, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm going to find joy right here. And I feel like when we do that, when we find joy in the spaces we're in right now, we open ourselves up and we make room for God to just continue to bring those joyous moments. Like, we're focusing on it. Mm-hmm. There was a time in my life, I had my whole family, like, we were reading scriptures about joy every night. Mm-hmm. Because I just felt like it was such a heavy season, and it was like, we just kept seeing the bad. But when we shift our mind towards, like, joy, we started to see things blossom.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah. I think at every season, there's always going to be things that we can complain about, but there's also going to be things that we can be grateful for.
Yeah.
And it's important to balance yourself out, especially when things get really bad, because it kind of like weighs on you, but it's good to kind of like shift back.
Absolutely.
So that's good.
I love it.
You're a great mom.
Thanks. You're a great sister and friend, and you will be the bomb mom and wife.
Clock it.
Is
that the cool kids say no?
I don't know. We're old. I'm old.
We're millennials. No, girl, we're the same generation. We are millennials, okay? Through and through.
We out here clocking it, whatever that means. And we are smelling the roses because that's what joy does. So we really hope that this conversation inspired you to find the joy in your life and to know that, yes, Black women can smile too. We smiling out in these
We're smiling. And we have cute smiles too.
And we have cute smiles, and we're looking good, and we're walking in the joy of the Lord, because I think that's what it's really about.
Absolutely. And it's endless.
It's endless. Okay. Till next time, see you in the next episode.